Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. We are actually heading out to get groceries, but we're going to get our coffee first because we're going to get our coffee first.
Yes, I am.
But Nate's looking at frappuccinos. I haven't had a frappuccino in years, but bonus stars, my friends, bonus stars. But I don't even know how you. Isn't the coffee one technically vegan if you don't do dairy?
Coffee one with soy is still vegan. Oh my god, I look like hell.
I said, do you want to take a shower first? No. Oh, okay. Get it, son. I'm just gonna get an iced coffee, as I do. 1 pump of mocha, 2 pumps or 3, 2 or 3 of the sugar-free vanilla in the cold brew coffee, Trenta. And then soy milk. But anyway, I'm planning to go do this haul. It'll already be up before this, but I want to make, again, I know I talk about it all the time, but I had one of you even reach out and saying, like, do you have a video of my Sofritas recipe? And I did a vlog of it, kind of messing with it months ago, and I haven't really done it recently, and I want to do that. So that's the plan today, and I'll share it. Are you gonna show them the one with the spicy butt? Or are you gonna make it like, are you gonna make it just flavorful without all the hot? Without the hot. I'll show both. Anyway, it's so bad out, my friends. It's so bad. It got to me again. Yeah. This is the second time. We had those fires like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Oh yeah, I mean we hear them all summer. That one got to me one day, and yesterday, I mean you can hear it in my voice. It was just so thick that it was actually like coming into the store. Yeah, he says that at his work they have like multiple smoke detector or fire detector things. Yeah, smoke detectors on the AC units on top of the building. So on the outside, and the sensors kept going off yesterday, and they called and were like, we know it's not like an actual, you know, threat in the store, but it's from the smoke. I'll show you here in a minute. I feel like the camera sometimes doesn't do it justice, but sort of. I mean, it's foggy. It looks foggy. It looks like fog. And it's looked like this for literally a week straight. Like, we're still really hot days, and this isn't, it's not even as hot anymore because the sun doesn't even come through at all. It's weird. I cannot see 2 blocks away. No, you can't. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you guys. Yeah. Like, you can't see it. That's the intersection up there. You can barely see it, and you cannot see past it. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. You normally can see the houses down there. And it just smells like a campfire, which is cute if you're at a campfire. Like, it's not cute. I can smell it in the car right now. Ugh. You can't get away from it. No. And then I was telling him that apparently, of course, a mask in general is going to do something. It is. But apparently, when it comes to like true smoke, inhaling smoke like that, it really actually, I guess, doesn't protect against it. Who knows? You hear everything, right? But obviously, we will wear masks in the grocery store and stuff. But yep, this is what it is, my friends. Oh, look, now you can see the silhouettes of the houses down there. Yeah, it's so crazy. That's not even far. Okay. Can I come in, though? Because I want to see their mugs. You stay in the car. Got it. Yeah. Can you imagine? Can I go? And look at the mugs. No. Mouthy, ungrateful. Oh God. I know, my eyes are really red too. Let me see them peepers. Show me your peepers. Poor peepers. Oh my God. I know. Oh, they're just so watery. But you're also a boy, so you're dramatic. Anyway, come on. See, can you guys see? Literally, ash is just falling right now. It gets crazy. You'll see it. You will totally just see it come down. I know it's so small on here, but no, of course. Okay. This one's cute. Yeah, this was the one that I was thinking. Yeah. It's bigger. Thanks. I want this one. Okay. All right, thank you. And then you said you want to use the stars? Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys have a good one.
God, it smells so bad. It's so thick. Thank you. Gosh, I can literally see it. Look at your car.
Oh yeah, it's all pretty new. Just from parking.
I'm getting hit with it. Look at my shirt. Can you see that? It's on my shirt right there.
Baby, that's just dandruff.
That's just dandruff. Get in the car.
Yeah, the car is literally dusted.
It's dusted from it.
When you open the door, specks just fly off of it, almost like it's
yeah, it's bad. It's really bad right now. So anyone else, because Nate says I'm crazy, but he says that a lot. But I get my coffee, doesn't matter what it is, even though I pretty much get the same thing. It always shocks me. Does it ever shock you? It's shocking. It's a real thing. So I have to, every time, it never happens to him, but I have to put my little finger on it and then go like that so it can shock my finger first, and it did, and then I can drink it. Cause I always just shock my lip every time. God, that's good. He says I'm nuts. Anyway, okay, so this, I've shown it many times, but here we are. Trenta cold brew, 1 pump mocha. Hold on, you want a screenshot? With soy, and 3, did you put two pumps sugar-free vanilla? You could do 2 or 3, it depends how sweet you want it. And that's real good, real good. Okay, what'd you get? Because he changed it up.
Coffee frap, soy milk. It normally comes with 4 pumps of the roast. I do 3 pumps of the roast, but I get 1 peppermint.
I don't know what it is. I love peppermint, but I do not like it really with coffee.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. I got coffee on my jeans, whatever. Anyway. Oh, my mom just texted me, are you going to take Nate to Aldi today? I am.
You know what?
Anyway. Okay, hold on. I'm going to die, y'all. Okay.
Out of all the things.
You see that? Like, the little particles flying? Isn't that crazy? Jeez. Let's go. Jesus. It's so bad. Gosh. It's like really bad this morning. Gosh. I thought I'd show you guys. I actually have it repackaged in this Thrive box. So, gosh, what was it? About a week and a half ago, I showed on my Instagram that I was so excited that the new shoes from The Rock through Under Armour launched, and I got them. I did. And I was so excited. However, I gotta tell you, I'm a Noble girl. That is the shoe that I use for working out for like 2 years now. I use the cross trainers and I have the runners, and I absolutely love them. But I was excited because you guys know I'm a Rock fan, right? So I was like, I'm going to try these cross trainers out. They're really cool looking, I have to say. They really are. Aren't those cool? They're cute. They have them in all black or the black and white like this. And you know what, my friends? I don't like them. I'm just not liking them. Like, they're not comfortable to me. But what I think it is, like, I will say, like, the shoe in general, as far as, let me just put it right here. All of this, and this is really, like, thin right here, which I do actually really like. This is all comfy. It all feels good. This is my problem. This highness right here and in the back, like, on the back of your ankle, I'm not vibing with it. I'm just not. But I'm bummed because they're cool. They are very cool. But let me just show you real quick as a reminder. They're over here. These are my runners, not the cross trainers, but the actual runners that I wear a lot of the times. Again, by Noble. And you'll notice so much more of like a lower shoe. I just need that. So I think I'm going to return them. They're not cheap. They're the same price as the Noble ones, actually. And I'm going to stick to what I like, you know? You get really like shoe snob when it comes to working out and stuff. When you find the one, you find the one and you stick with it. But I just thought I'd give you that little feedback. I think they're super cool. I think many people may really take to them. If you're used to this, I'm just not. It ain't working for me. All right, let's get into this Sofritas recipe, my friends. What's really cool is you're looking at all the ingredients right here to make this sauce come together, and it is just so flavorful. And again, all of this is already written form for you in a recipe, but just to give you my tips along the way and how things should be looking as you go, because again, I make this on repeat. I really do. Now, the only thing I'm missing from this pile is the tofu, which let me show you over here. If you do not have a tofu press, because it's under here right now, this works just fine. I've been, vegan now over 4 years and I still don't own one and I don't need one. So I took a bag of potatoes I still had, just something weighted, put cans on it, whatever it takes, right? And I've had this sitting in here now underneath in this like kitchen towel for probably an hour and a half or so. Basically my best gauge of when it's pretty much all pressed and ready to go is I use a dry kitchen towel, and this entire towel right now is completely saturated. And for me, that just tells me it is ready. If there's a little bit of moisture in it, it's totally fine. I normally do 2 bricks, which actually is the equivalent of just these right here, not these 2. I'm just gonna do a little extra, therefore it probably won't be quite as saucy, but either way, it's totally fine. So I'm gonna let me rinse this board off from the potato residue. Hold on. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to cube them at this point, even though this is eventually going to turn into more of a crumble, not a scramble. There is a difference, but to start, I like to cube it into bite-sized cubes, but this is really not super important as far as the size you go, but you do want to do this because you want to brown up each little piece first and then crumble it. This is a good step to take in my experience. So we're gonna brown this up in a pan with literally nothing. It does not require any seasonings or anything. We're just browning it. But it's really important to get that extra moisture out of this tofu because again, you don't want this to turn into a tofu scramble. As delicious as that is, it's not the consistency that you're going for on this. This is such a great meal prep though, because honestly, it's kind of even one of those, it's delicious right when it's done, but it's the longer it sits in that sauce for a few days, it's just even better. It's awesome. So here it all is in the pot. I'm gonna just literally put this on the stove and turn it up and just let it brown up probably a good 10-15 minutes. Honestly, giving it a toss every now and then, you're good to go. And again, no salt and pepper, no nothing needed for that because again, all the flavor is going to come from the sauce, which let's do now. What I like to do is when it comes to the onion, the peppers here, these are poblanos. I also have some garlic cloves. I'm gonna put 3 in there. We're gonna put these into the air fryer first. I'm gonna leave these completely as is. I will chop this off to get the skins off of it. And I'm kind of eyeballing because again, I make this so often, but the measurements again will of course be listed, but give or take anyway. This is a sauce, it don't matter. And I'm gonna just cut this one in half. This is all gonna get blended, so it really doesn't matter again on the, how big or small you cut it up, but I'm gonna pop this into my air fryer. This and these, and then these, but I got 4, that's fine too. But I'm gonna leave these out for a little bit just because these of course don't take nearly as long, so I'll pop these in towards the last, I don't know, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. But I'm gonna put these into the air fryer at 350, just at its normal setting, and char these up. If you do not have an air fryer, you can totally put these over a gas stove top to char them all up too. Put them in your oven, whatever works. But I will tell you, these again, a little bit of a trick for you. If you left this completely raw, I think it would taste good, but it's going to be so much more flavorful by cooking it up first. It brings out the flavor, it enhances it. So let's put it in there. All right, it's been 8 minutes. I just wanted to turn everything off for a second though, because it's when the air fryer's going too, it's just so hard to hear over it. But I just turned off the heat on this, but as you can see, it's the cubes that are completely browned up now. And so from this point on, again, turn off your heat just so you don't burn your hand, but you're going to turn it into now a crumble versus again a scramble. And what I find the easiest tool to use, and I know it's gonna pain some people because you're gonna be like, Kim, don't mess up your pan, but I promise I've done this countless times now, and I'm telling you, these T-fall pans from Costco, they can handle it. But I like to take a pastry cutter and just go like this. And you'll end up with a little bit of the bigger chunks, and you'll end up with some smaller chunks, and it's just perfect. But again, you want to make sure that you take the time to brown it up first. I don't know why, but it just tastes so much better and absorbs the sauce even more. I don't know, it's just so good. So I'm going to continue to do that, and that's how you'll get the consistency more of a crumble, if you will. It's good stuff. And this is also really good to do it this way too, and brown it up, because again, it'll even get out all that excess moisture that might still have been left in it. This has been going for about 8 minutes as well, and here's what we're looking like. So you can come in and you can flip the peppers every couple minutes too, but again, it doesn't really matter. But again, what we want to do is we want to make it where the skins of this gets really charred up, because we're going to kind of peel that off anyway, and then you'll even see like the onions get kind of browned up too. I'm going to let it go maybe a little bit longer. Do be careful, super hot, but they'll get really, really soft. And you'll see that skin wants to like already come off, which is good. I'm not crazy where if there's a little bit left on it and stuff when we go to peel it off completely, that's fine too. But I'm gonna let this go a little bit longer, but I'm gonna throw in the garlic now. Just like that. And let it continue for like the 6 more minutes, maybe even a little less. All right, my friends, so from here, we're gonna start making the sauce. This is the best part. So we're gonna take the onion, put it right into your blender. Any blender will do. I will say, of course, a Vitamix we absolutely love. You do want the sauce to be extremely creamy when you're blending it. It's not like a simple pulse. You want it to actually have that true saucy puree goodness, smoothness to it, right? So if you don't have like a high-speed blender, just take your time with it, be patient with it. You can get it there for sure, because none of these ingredients are super hard or anything. Again, while we want to, cook these up a little bit too, because it does already, make them super soft. Garlic too, you could put in there. And then what I just do, and again, I don't worry about like getting every little like piece of it, it doesn't matter, but kind of take your knife and just run it along the skin, and it should come off relatively easy. Just be careful, because again, it's super hot. And then I do like to remove the seeds from it, again, at least mostly. And I know they start like right in the middle, so I usually just go like that. Poblano peppers, just so you know, they're kind of, I've looked it up before. They're in like the medium heat family, if you will. So they're not mild, but they're also not like super hot. But of course, removing seeds pretty much on any pepper is always helpful to, make sure that it's not too crazy. But with that said, the chipotle and adobo sauce in the can, that's no joke. It is so important to use. I'm gonna tell you that, because it really has the flavor that you're looking for, but it is hot, and you can definitely adjust how much you use. And Nate made the joke earlier, are you gonna make it like bad or good? And he's saying that because you can easily, if you screw up and put the whole can in, like my first time, oh my goodness, light you up. I mean, it's good, but it's no joke. Like it's hot. So what I do is I like to use just 2 peppers from the can, and then 2 tablespoons of the sauce in the can, and that is it. So then let's go ahead and do about a tablespoon or so of olive oil. That's good. And that's what's cool about this recipe too, is it's literally a tablespoon of olive oil in like, well, I did basically, in theory, I did 3 bricks of tofu, which is 15 servings. So it's really not that much when you think about it. And then here again is your chipotle and adobo sauce. And this stuff is, oh, it is hot. It is, but so good. So here's one, I want to show you, 1 pepper like that. So there's 1, here's a big one. Nate's gonna be so mad. And 2, and then yeah, just take a little bit of that sauce. and you'll still have probably like that much left in the can. Yeah, I did it with the whole can the first time. Oops. And then very, very important too, about 3, even a little more is fine. I do heaping tablespoons, we'll say, of tomato paste. This is going to give it the rich color. And tomato paste is one of those, really enhances the flavor too. Some soy sauce. This is also why I think it doesn't require a lot of other seasonings to it, because of course, as you know, soy sauce is very salty, but it has a lot of flavor too. Then to tone down what we just did, we're gonna put some coconut sugar in it. And actually I already have it pretty much measured out with the rest of this, but 2 to 3 tablespoons or so, throw that in there. That might've been a little more, but we're gonna be fine. And then also on the actual written recipe, it says to use apple cider vinegar. I'm just out of it right now. I didn't even think about it, but I have used the white vinegar here from Trader Joe's before, and it's totally fine too. But you want to put about a tablespoon of that. And then from here, some water. And that, my friends, a little bit extra, is your sauce. And we are going to blend this till it is so creamy and smooth. It smells so amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so, so good. But here's the kicker. These are the final 2 ingredients in the entire recipe, tomato sauce and coconut milk. And I use the entire can of both, but I don't put it in here right now. Once we blend this up and it's creamy and good, we're gonna pour it on top of the tofu. And then we're gonna like bring the heat back up on it, and we're just gonna constantly heat, reduce, add, reduce, add, reduce. And I'm telling you, that is the best part about all of it, is it just really gets all those flavors in there. But I'll show you. So let's blend. Oh my goodness, it just smells so good. I know the colors might be a little bit like, Kim, are you sure? But I swear. So pour it all over the top like this. And so at this point, it's gonna have still a little bit more of an orange tint to it maybe. And of course, it just depends how big your peppers are and all that too, that it might slightly, you know, be a little bit different because one color becomes more dominant than, you know, if there was like more peppers in it, whatever it is. But this is a good idea, but you can see very, very, very creamy. I take almost like 5 minutes in the Vitamix, no less, to really let it come together. So here we go, and we're gonna turn the heat back on. So good. And what I do, and this is again, because I do it all the time, is for my burner, I bring it to a low simmer where technically I can walk away from it without it splattering everywhere. But as soon as it starts to splatter everywhere, that's when I know I need to add a little bit more liquid. And I keep it on my number, like 4 is my perfect number on my stove. And as soon as it starts to pop up again and like want to make a mess, I know to add a little bit more. So that's the whole idea of adding little bits at a time and letting it reduce a little bit. And it makes sense, it's reducing. And so then it doesn't take as much heat to make a mess. This is what I go off of. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh my goodness, this is like perfect. It's so yummy. Okay, so a little bit of coconut milk. This will also really tone down the heat. So feel free to use as much of it as you want. Like I said, I like to use the whole can on both. And I think the tomato sauce also cools it down, but also gets it really saucy and then makes it more of a really rich, like red color in the end. And so you just do this. And again, we're gonna let it kind of come to a little bubble. And as soon as it starts being a popping bubble, where it wants to, you know, spray all over my white stove, I add a little more. And until those cans are gone, that's what I do. And this is it. So this part, I guess, could technically take a little bit longer. I like to let it go for like 30 minutes even. You don't necessarily have to do that where you know, only add little tiny bits at a time and go through all those steps. But if you've got the time, my friends, it is just so good. And I'm telling you, these flavors will really get into each piece and you won't regret it. So this is truly one of my favorite meals. It really is. And I like to put it into tacos, into burritos. I like to pair it up with rice. I eat it sometimes with potatoes, the sweet potatoes I love so much, in the morning for breakfast. So for me, this can be so versatile, like completely a breakfast food, completely a dinner food, doesn't even matter. So that's why I make it so often. And it's just got great flavor, but it's so crazy because, again, they're not adding garlic powder, you're not adding onion powder. I could add a little pepper to it, that would be good. Salt and pepper to taste, you know, but again, because of that soy sauce, it really, you know, seasons it. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. See, we're not making a mess yet, but it's coming. I'm already gonna add a little bit of extra actually to it. And we're gonna wait for those little bubbles and then make a mess and keep adding. But I will show you when this is completely done. But that's how you do it, my friends, and I hope you make it. And if you do, let me know and tell me what you think. Tag me on Instagram even. Many of you already have, and all of you love it. It's my favorite. It's good stuff. Remember what I said about that rich color? I'm telling you. So I have not touched this, and probably like, it's just keeping this. It's not making a mess. It's just going, but it's probably been like this for, I don't know, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. I'm completely out of everything to add now. Oh my gosh, look at this. That's so good. I mean, it's still kind of orange, but like, it's just a deep color. It's basically done now. It is. Oh my God, it's so good. I did add a little bit of pepper because why not? But again, you don't have to. Either way, that's it. All right, my friends, I'm making that corn salsa now, and what I'm doing is I just took the corn off the cob that I had. This is 4 cobs and a little bit of jalapeno with the seeds taken out. I feel like my lighting's a little weird, but anyway. And I'm just literally taking it in this pan and browning it up. Sometimes you get some weird little pieces just to pull out. I don't know, but just brown it up. You want that little bit of color on it. This is almost there. And I did put a tiny bit of oil just so nothing really stuck to it. But you really want to take this step. If you leave it raw, it's good, but it's not nearly as good. So going to turn that off now and let it cool before we mix it with everything else. So while you're doing that though, one of my little tips, and again, this is all written, and this is a super simple recipe, but what you want to do while you're cooking up the corn and stuff is have all of your onion, the red onion you use, and it already lightened in color a lot. And I'm actually adding avocado to this. It's not on the recipe to do that, but if you have it, add it. It's delicious, but you don't have to. But this is a cup here, almost a cup of lime juice. And I've just put the diced up red onion in it to sit while I'm doing and preparing everything else. And what that does is really takes the bite out of the red onion. Now it still has an onion flavor, of course, but it really cuts it. So it's important to let it sit in the juice. I also have it seasoned in here with the cumin and chili powder and salt and a little bit of that white vinegar I used in the Sofritas recipe too. And if you again are using the avocado, add that in there too, because that'll keep it totally bright green for days and days. And then just chop up your cilantro. And then if you do choose to use diced tomatoes, I do prefer the fire roasted ones, but either way, you can have those ready to go. And then you're just gonna put everything into a dish. Once it's cooled, mix it all up, and you got your salsa. It's that simple. It's good. Hello.
Nah.
Uh-huh. It's good stuff.
Salsa.
How do you feel about that Sofritas?
It's real good.
It's real good. It's not so spicy on this one.
No.
I think I put a little bit too much coconut sugar, but it's fine. It's fine. It's delicious. It is good. That's just cold out of the fridge, and it's good stuff. It's so yummy. It's my favorite. It is. All right, so this is still cooling a little bit, and again, I'm just gonna mix everything. I feel like this is one of those that pairs so good with that, but it's even better if it sits longer, huh? Like, you can have it right away, but it's so good.
Like day 2 or 3.
Day 2 or 3. It's like, oh, it's good. But we have tried it before, just to give you some feedback. We have tried it with frozen corn on the cob, and it's not the same. It's just not. And normally I would say, hey, use whatever, but for this, you actually do really want fresh corn. There's too much liquid, I think, in the frozen.
Yeah, and if it wasn't super smoky and stuff, like definitely throwing that
on the grill.
Oh yeah, or something that would allow it to get a little smoky.
Yeah, it'd be delicious.
House smoky or the outside.
Yeah, just throw it outside.
Or like charring it on the cob.
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. It's yummy. It's nom 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 nom. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
My underwear really appreciate the spicy level of this.
That it's not too spicy. Nice. Anyway, say bye. This will wrap up this vlog. It's a bonus one. It's going up early. I hope you enjoyed the recipes.